this hoop game going.
But okay, all right. So here's a question though, like health impacts in terms of sports, either on youth or adults, good and bad. Like, what do y'all feel about the way health is impacted by athletics?
Can I say before we go into like health
Yeah,
impact? Can I just say what I don't like? I'm sorry,
yeah.
but
Go for it.
as a person who has played sports on every level, meaning like I've played YMCA, I played you know, for the borough, I played borough soccer. I've played basketball for the junior high and high school. That and I played soccer for the junior high and I played for high school. And I played basketball in college. Now,
Yep.
I do not, and this is big controversy, I do not believe in participation trophies.
Me neither.
Yeah,
Period.
You either gonna win it or you don't get nothing for losing other than
Right,
that.
for real.
Right.
Like,
Character. You build character when you lose. Like
Right.
you
you build
gotta,
character when you win too.
yeah,
Right.
you gotta feel that. You gotta feel that.
Loss.
You gotta
Yeah,
feel that
you
stick.
You gotta
But
feel all
also,
this loss.
what's the pride and motivation in winning first place if everybody got a fucking trophy? And you're like,
Right.
what's the point of me
I'm
going in?
not for
Like,
it. And like, a lot of people are like, oh, that's so mean, oh, kids like, my daughter's age, she's 3. And, and when they start playing, like when they get to that 4 and 5-year-old, oh, that's not right. No, you didn't win.
right.
You don't get
like,
it.
if they're young, like 3, I'm fine with it personally. If they're like 3, because to me, like, okay, then you will have the motivation to keep trying. But once you hit like 5, I think you need, by that time, you need to just play, and if you lose, you lose. Because I think
it's called, you lose or you crying, it hurts, right? You don't want
Right.
to feel like this no more.
Right. Then you gotta work to win.
Right.
That's it.
I think that builds motivation because nobody likes to be the
I
loser.
just feel like toddler stage to me, like, okay, I'm just glad you're playing. But by the time you get like 5 years old, by the time you get 5 years old, I'm like, okay, you need to feel that loss. You need to know what that feels like. Because once you get to being an adult, man, you do so much without a trophy. You do so much in your daily.
You gotta pay my bills this month, baby.
Yeah. That's a win. Pay
Oh,
my bills, that's a
good
win.
job.
It's like,
Good
know what
job.
you get for paying your bills? Some more bills in a couple weeks.
There we go. Right.
Right. You know what you get for paying your bills? To stay in your house, not be hungry.
Nice for light switch to work, right?
Right. Boom, boom. You turn on that light switch, like, I got light.
Right.
So no,
Like when you're like 3, the concept of winning and losing is kind of like you don't really know what's going on.
No.
But
they old enough to lie. They old enough to lose. Okay.
Right.
At 3, they know how to lie.
Right. No, I think that like, there's not too many organized sports for kids that young. Most organized sports start coming at like that 4 or 5 age when you hit kindergarten. That's when organized sports start coming. And I believe
Soccer's
at that
the funniest.
age, right. And I believe at that age that, there is no participation trophy.
Another sport I hate for little kids that I find pointless, T-ball. I think it is stupid. I'll make it worse. Ain't nothing worse than getting invited. You gonna come to your niece's T-ball game?
No.
No, I am not.
John, you can't just go to the kids.
He gonna be mad when our guys are playing
But
T-ball.
when you got that one kid that can't hit the ball, you hitting the damn post, the stick.
And they're sitting there,
He keeps on.
come on, Timmy. You just gotta hit it off the thing.
Right. He just hitting the tee, but not the ball. He just keeps hitting
You
it.
see the coach eventually get mad. He just smacks it off when he's waving. Run to the base.
So then what about flag football? What about that?
All right,
It depends what level you playing it at.
Okay, so here I got some insight on this one. Because my son was playing flag before he played tackle. I think that's a good transition for kids to go, because that teaches them how to play the game itself.
Learning.
So they get and you still win and lose, and there's less injuries involved. But the issue I had with my son is because since day one, since he was a little tiny kid, I showed him regular football. He loved to hit things. In fact, he just got picked for a national team. He's huge. He's about to turn 11 on Friday, and he wears like a size 12 in men's. Kid's humongous. But we were playing flag football, and he didn't understand the concept of not tackling and just grabbing the flag.
So he's out there.
He's out there hitting folks.
Because I played regular football too, and then I played like a year of flag football. And a lot of times when I go to grab somebody's flag, I'd knock them down and grab their flag.
See, right. So what he would do, because he was so big, once I said, hey, well, you can't keep hitting these kids. He's like, all right. So what he would do is he would run up, he would grab them by like their shirt, and he would stop them. He would stop them from running and then look for the flag after. He's holding them still. They're trying to run, but he's just holding them. He's looking for it. It's like a wow. It wasn't even like quick. He's like, I found the flag. All right, I got it. That was it. So I'm like, you know what? You need to go to tackle. So we got him in the tackle immediately. Like I said, brought him in the Homewood Bulldogs.
That's what I'm
like when he was like 5 years old, and he's just been smacking them out the park ever since.
That's what's up.
So yeah.
My youngest brother is 9. And like he used to fall a lot and hit his head a lot. So my dad won't let him play real football. So he's been playing flag. Now my brother's not really an aggressive kid. But he really likes flag though. He might be all right
cool.
Tackle, but he really likes flag.
And it's really good for people that are our age because we don't gotta worry about getting fucked up hurt. So we can go out and still play the game. Because even I went to the Pittsburgh Sports League and played some flag, you know, and it was fun. But you ain't got to worry about, you know, getting really jacked up.
Or you could just be like in your 30s and think that, you know, Turkey Bowl is your time to shine.
Oh man, you know what happens to those people that play on Turkey Bowl?
Yeah, what happens
to the hospital? Because they think they're shit, and then they get
Don, what happens to those people?
You feel great. You feel accomplished. And then you're out of commission for like 3 days.
See, right. Uh-huh.
Before it's like you could bounce back. But I think a lot of things would be my feet, like not wearing spikes like anymore and then putting them on one day randomly. My feet hurt so bad afterwards. I'm like, ooh, I did this as a kid.
Right. Yeah, after you do 3 plays, you be like, 3 plays. Are we done? What's the... Damn. Yeah, it's a lot.
It's amazing how your body just don't bounce back. Like
right. It just be like, nope.
Well, it's because like, you know, even simple things you get older before you do sports, like when you're young, you could just go play a basketball game.
Right.
Now I gotta stretch. I gotta put on a brace.
I gotta drink some waters and take some ibuprofen before and after.
Like,
yo, yeah, the water. I remember going out for hours. No water.
No water. You just out there sweating.
You ain't getting nothing. Like, to maybe you got home, you drank some. Maybe when you got back after 8 hours in the sun.
Now it'll be 10 minutes later.
We need a water break. We need a water break. Wait a minute. I need a water break.
And make it worse when you at the hoop court, young people out there looking at you like you crazy. It's like, hey man, that's why y'all guys be passing out and dying.
I'd have had 2 bottles just sitting here doing this podcast.
Right. And you need a whole day off to recuperate.
No, right. All right. So there's that.
We used to do Sunday Fun Day, and we would get together and go out to the court and play basketball. Me and his cousins. So I'm like, all right, yeah, let's go have fun. Man, but after game 1, I'm like, I'm done. I'm hurting. I can't run no more. Like my feet hurt. I'm out of breath. Like, but we made it very competitive where like, if you're the team that loses or the person that loses, depending on what we're playing, then you got to run suicides. And I'm like, I can't do this. I'm going to die. And then his one cousin, because he works out all the time, he decides that not only are we going to do suicides, but He wants to start drinking tequila in the middle of the day, in the middle of the basketball game.
Yeah. Like, it makes you shoot better.
Let him tell it. Hell, he'd win half the time.
See? That's how beer pong was invented. It makes you shoot better. See, all right. So in terms of activities for people our age, we can't necessarily do the same stuff though. But like as I've gotten older, man, I've been like I play like paintball. That's a blast. I mean, it's still physical, but you're not killing yourself. But them paintballs hurt.
They hurt. That shit hurt.
Yes, they do. They leave nice little size bruises.
They do. So long as you're cool with that. Hey, to me, just like the participation trophies, I'm cool with that because that means you get motivated not to get shot. Like, unlike laser tag, you're like, oh, whatever, I got shot. I go there. Paintball, you'll do whatever.
Laser tag get competitive. You look about that board.
It does get competitive, but being shot with a paintball makes you not want to get shot no more.
Yeah, I was definitely in paintball because after you get hit a few times, I got to start getting out the way and hide behind something.
Right. Oh, man. One of the worst, and I'm glad I found a glove because if my first time going, I ain't had no gloves on my hands. I got popped to the knuckle. I swear my shit was broke. I thought my finger was broke. I was like, oh, man, I got shot in the face mask and I got paint in my mouth. It was just, it teaches you to duck and dodge and move out the way.
Yeah, we had paintball guns growing up, though. Like, my mom, like, that was, like, one thing we were allowed to do.
Y'all were allowed to shoot each other with paintballs.
Well, my brother wasn't allowed to shoot us with paintballs, but, like, we would go, we had targets. Like, friends up the street. I lived up the street. We had different targets around, so we go in the woods, start shooting stuff.
We should go 30's perspective paintball. We should go.
We should go paintball, and they got that whole thing out in Toronto.
I've never been before.
Oh man, I'm gonna say layer up. You need to layer up, bro. You can't go out there in a little t-shirt.
Make sure you got your face mask and
stuff. And it don't matter. I don't care if it's just your ankle out. You gonna get hit in it. It's just
you can't go out there in a little cute jaggers and a t-shirt.
Listen, my cousins and them, they do. I don't go with them because they don't know when to quit. Like they don't understand when people be like, "Ow, that hurts." Like they'll keep going. That's just how.
It's paintball. Ow, that hurts means so out the way.
They have paintball tournaments out. They just had one for my cousin's birthday back in May. They go out to I forget the name of the little cabin that they go to, but there's a cabin that they go up to, and it's the woods. They just go shooting each other in the woods.
That sounds serious. I don't want to go.
It is, but it's they.
I like the courses that are designed for. I don't want to go out in the middle of nowhere and just start
You're
shooting.
on team.
All right, well, we need to go. But all right, cool. All right, so question. We were kind of talking about this earlier. You're talking about control over college sports. NCAA, think they should change their rules for things in regards to college sports?
Which sport?
Well, the most common one they have problems with is basketball. So let's start there.
Should they change the rules?
Yeah, some of the rules, man. Some of the restrictions they have.
Only restriction, I feel you should give them more of a stipend money-wise. Because, I mean,
I agree.
As much money as they make your university than say someone, they have $2,000 for a whole semester.
Yeah, see? I don't like the fact that they're not allowed to take endorsements. I think that's stupid.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, it's because they don't want you to have your own brand when you're in college. The only brand they want you to have is the
college brand.
But
I feel like they should have some type of. I mean, they're working for they're working.
Right. They're making you gajillions of dollars.
And a lot of them aren't, I feel that like even their education slacks. That's why like a lot they pass anyways because they're not getting the education that they should. So I feel like they should be getting paid. Like being paid is not making your own brand. It's just I'm going out here and almost like a stipend. Like I get a stipend for my internship that I go out and do, and I'm working. Like I have to commit so many hours, 300 hours per semester.
I just know how college football goes. It's a real job.
Right.
It's a whole job. 6 a.m. going to work.
Right. If you're not in class, you are at practice or a game. That's it.
Like, this is a job.
Right. You're going workouts. Then you got to come back. You know what I mean? You're looking at
traveling.
You're
traveling.
Yeah.
And it's called you don't have time. If you go, oh man, I need some money. You don't have time to get a job.
You don't. And you're not getting paid. And in terms of the brand thing, I mean, just because a professional player has endorsements, they don't stop representing their team. They're still a face for that team. So let whoever, endorse them for college.
Right.
Stupid.
I feel that it should.
I feel
if anything,
endorsement thing's hard because it's gonna be like, all right, we'll just say, football team. There's 80 people on a college football team.
Yeah.
Joe, the running back, the only one getting, the money, and the rest of us is broke.
Right.
Well, then that means that they need to get that deal themselves. The reason why Joe, the running back, got endorsement because Joe is good.
Yeah, but
he plays a glamour position. Now, the guys that blocked for him to get the spot, they ain't getting paid because
same thing happens in pro ball. I'm not feeling bad for that.
No, but in pro ball they still get paid. They get paid. They may not get paid as much, but they get paid.
Oh no, left tackles get paid.
No. What I'm saying is that like you're still getting paid. Yeah, you may not be getting paid as much as whoever
the quarterback.
Yeah,
so, but they should up the stipend,
the quarterback because that's that position. But you're still getting some type of,
Right, and it should happen that way. Because think about that. If they release that rule, right? You know how competitive colleges get about their players. If they get rid of that rule, colleges will start paying players to get somebody to come to play on their team. I don't see that being a problem. They're gonna start. Well, I'll give you 12,000. Well, I'll give you 15. Like they're gonna start doing that.
No, but I feel like it should be it should be like one of those things across like, okay, for instance, like my internship. Now there are a whole bunch of internships that are out there that I could have got paid this amount of money for this or this amount of money for that. I still had to compete for my internship for the money that I wanted. I still had to apply. I still had to be selected. And once I was selected for that, then I was able to get into my internship.
Yep.
Now, and there are people who are on the same level as me, but they're not getting paid no money for their internship. So it's like, depending on what you want to do and where you want to go, I don't think that should be a big thing. I think that it should just be across the board for everybody, but not not what you're talking about, making it so competitive for these schools that they're going out here, just kind of how they wanted to make high school. They don't want you to pay for your players, even though they do. They'll help you, like they'll help your family move into the area so you can go to their school. Like,
All right. What's the problem with that?
But I feel that it should because then you're taking away from. I feel like that's being taken away from, like.
How? How's it taken away from anything with the sport?
Because then you'll have stacked football teams.
Yeah.
Then you'll have, like, for instance, like Central Catholic. And it's like you're always at the top. Why? Because you pay for it. But then, like, you have these inner city schools or you have these other schools that don't have as much money to make that happen. That's not fair. I don't feel that's fair. It's not. I don't feel like that is real competitive. That's just buying your way to the top.
That's just college sports in general.
That sounds like college and professional.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
That's the same thing. But then again, I guess you do the same thing you do. You could do salary caps like most sports except for baseball. Baseball doesn't have a salary cap.
But I mean, for me, I was like, even if you just raise their per diem to something actually solid.
Right. Can you give them something extra?
I was like, all right, you give them like 2 G's. I was like, give them $10,000 for the semester.
Yeah, something like that.
I could give you your argument. Well, we pay for your room and board. Your education's free, especially if you're a scholarship player. That's all right, cool. Well, I still need $10,000 cash.
There's expenses beyond that.
I'm sorry, you don't need $10,000 as a college student. You really don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. You really don't. What do
Think
you
about
need
this.
whenever your food is given to you for free? What do you need whenever your clothes are given to you for free by Nike, Adidas, all of that? Everybody's giving you iPads and iPods, and everybody's giving you the new Beats and headphones. Those are given to you.
They do get a lot
Those
of
are
free
given
stuff.
to you free. You're given bags and everything that you need. What do you need $10,000 for? To go and get a tattoo? Because that's what they do with their money. What else do they go and do? They go and throw parties.
But hold on. Either way, they're making millions of dollars for the colleges. They're making millions of dollars for the colleges and not getting a part of that.
You don't need $10,000.
But when you
period.
But when we're all working for free, but the head coach is getting $10 million, it's like,
no. Yeah, he's doing less work.
It's like my hard work got you your $10 million.
Time out, because as a college student that goes to Pitt that has to pay $10,000 to, depending on how many classes I take, $10,000 to $12,000 a semester. When you're getting your shit for free, your education for free, you're getting your room and board for free, you're getting your food for free, you're getting your clothes and everything for free. And I still have to show up to class every single day and then go to my job to get my money, but you get $10,000 for free.
There's a question: Are you making Pitt money? Are you making Pitt money?
As an athlete, you're providing a service because I want you
on my. You're providing a service. What service is that?
My question.
They want this
Alicia
TV money. That's what they're paying
Alicia
for.
How much money are you making?
TV money, John.
What do you bring athletes to your school for? When you give these people full rides, you want them to come there and help you win. What does winning do? Winning brings money.
Okay, winning brings money to the school.
The school.
They sell merchandise. They sell advertisements. They make mad money off of these kids.
There's no way that you need $10,000 as a college student, period, point blank, and everything is handed to you. Now, if you said more like, okay, they're getting $2,000 or whatever, and you double that and give them $4,000 or maybe even $5,000, let's just top it off at $5,000. My whole thing is what do you need at that point? You're not answering my question.
So I am. I'm answering your question.
You are using your service, but you're also getting what I pay for in my college tuition for free. My $12,000 that I pay for me, you are getting for free for your services to the university. Now, do you need extra money? Because I, as a college student, can go and work and get extra money that I need, and they don't have that. So do they need extra cash?
No. Well, they are working. That's their job as being an athlete.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then there's no need for any money then, according to what you're saying.
Extra money. Here's how this works with this.
But you can't compare just a student and then a student athlete.
Yes, I can, because y'all are special. Y'all don't have y'all are not special that way.
Here's the reason why, though.
How
they are making the university millions
for everything.
But that's why they'll foot the bill for them, because they are
exactly.
Special to
but
them.
Then, okay, you're footing the bill. Then that's your payment. That's your money. That's all you get then.
And that's how they look at it.
No.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying, why do you need an
additional? Here's the reason why, though. That's not payment. That's overhead. There's a difference.
That's not overhead, because what I pay, I pay $12,000 a semester to go to Pitt. And there are people at Pitt that go there for free just because they run down the fucking field with a ball. Get out of here. I don't care that you got to get up and go. Because you don't have to go to class like I do. I have to get up and go to class.
You don't make Pitt millions of dollars.
I do make Pitt a lot of money. I may not make millions of dollars. No, but each player. No, but what you're missing is each player that is out there, they're on my dime. They're on my money, because they're taking what my tuition money is. Do you understand that Pitt is a nonprofit? Do you understand Pitt? Everything that they have and that they do is not, they don't get taxed for it. They are a university. They don't have.
You know who else is nonprofit? UPMC. We know that's a lie too.
Well, what I'm saying,
all about whatever forms you filled out.
They're funded. They're funded by they're funded by endorsements by people who have been there. All of their money, none of Pitt is not paying anything. Pitt is
You're right.
being paid by the taxpayers to be in Oakland. So yes, they are. They're not being.
Okay.
They don't have.
I went to Pitt too.
Exactly, and you pay for those players to be on the field.
Yeah. So here's how this works out with that. The sports, all right, and I know because I hung out with some athletes in college. The sports department is self-sustaining. The money that Pitt makes from their merchandise and their advertisements pays for their sports program. Yeah. And Pitt is also not a state school, it's state assisted. So yes, they are a nonprofit technically, but what a nonprofit does is they don't happen to make a profit. That does not mean they don't have access to millions of dollars. But,
yes, and those come by what, Brandon?
For the academic part or the sports side?
Both.
Because the sports side is paid. No, the sports side is paid by the sports.
No, and who gives that money? Who gives that?
I told you, merchandisers and advertisements.
Alums.
And if alums want to, right?
Service type thing. So what they do is they take their money that they have donated and they put it into an account. They can say, "Oh, I'm donating $10,000 to the sports program." That money goes into an account, and they literally use the interest off of that money to pay for everything that they need for their sports. We just went over this in my social work.
Yeah, so right, it went to that.
Is they put it in there and they off the interest. So whenever you hear people say that they're pulling their endorsements from a university or something, they're pulling their $10,000 out of there so that they can no longer use the interest off that money. The $10,000 is never touched. It's just used for the interest. Now, what's that money? Right. So what is the school losing out on?
By knowing what?
What are they gaining? Nothing. What are they losing out on? Nothing. Now, what they do is they take our tuition money and that goes towards everything else. Like, I don't know, a new football field that Pitt has. The Peterson.
So where's the endorsement money go then? If it doesn't go towards that, where's the endorsement money go?
The endorsement money? TV time, it goes to the players traveling, it goes to advertisement, it goes to all those shirts and stuff that they have for every player that goes to waste once they're done. It goes to all of that merchandise.
But it doesn't go to the football field.
Yes, it all collectively goes in. Whoever is endorsing for the athletics, that's where that goes. The other half, whoever endorses for the school, like Pitt School of Social Work, people who are alums, they put their money in there, and it goes directly towards the school.
But you're saying that your tuition is going to pay for the sports department.
It goes towards the school, yes. So whatever it is that the school needs, whether it's the athletics or that new bridge or whatever they're putting out.
The new science lab, everything else, right? Yeah,
right. Right.
The new engineering building that just got built.
So what have these, besides coming in and playing football, what have these athletes done for
if those athletes didn't play and those athletes didn't win, there wouldn't be those endorsements nor the people that put into that
program. The lies you tell, because there are people who endorse Pitt itself, not just the athletic department.
If Pitt was a losing team like the Browns, you really think they'd have as much money available to them?
Yes, I do.
From
because
where?
It's one of the top. You don't see Pitt as a top university for football. You see Pitt as a top university for medical and social work, and we're ranked number 5 for social work. We're ranked number 2 in the country for medical.
I'm talking about, do you think that they would stop having sport endorsements and the team was just losing all the time?
Would they stop?
They weren't horrible. Like, Pitt's not horrible. They do win.
They're okay.
They're okay too.
Yeah, they're not right.
But you're missing what the main point of what I'm saying, Brandon, is that, like, do I feel that those kids should have some type of payment? Yes. Do I feel like $10,000? No. I felt like, yes, they should have some extra cash in their pocket, maybe $5,000, because that's what I get back for my books and stuff for my when I do my loans and stuff. So to have that extra cash in my pocket to get back and forth with my car and stuff like that, the maintenance on my car, things like that. Yes.
Yeah.
But everything else is given to them. Like everything, things that what us normal people who are paying $12,000 a semester, we have to do addition to. So do I feel like that's fair for them to have that much money? Nope. Nope.
All right, I definitely say I see your perspective on it. I see it on the side of millions of dollars in advertisement that's spent on college, and I feel like there's not a good percentage of that going to the people that provide that for the colleges. So I see it like that. But I see what you mean in terms of other students. All right, there should be. You want it to be fair amongst the students whether they play athletics or not.
Yeah, but I mean, there's always going to be a division between, your baseline students and your student athletes. There's always going to be.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's not that both don't matter, but the athlete gets, the nod.
Depends on who you add. It depends on who you ask at college administration.
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't understand it. I just feel like, they're getting things for free that I would never be able to get for free. They get every meal paid for them.
Well, you can get academic scholarships, so there is that do pay for pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, but you can get academic scholarships, but that goes towards your academics.
So you may not get the brand new Jordans out of your deal. True.
Well, no, what I'm saying,
they'll pay for room and board in your classes.
But what I'm saying is you don't get things that the average college student would want. I'm a little bit above that. You know what I mean? I'm in my 30s now, but as an 18-year-old kid coming out of high school and I see this dude walking down with a brand new pair of Jordans on and his headphone beats that he got with his bag with, you know what I mean, with his little iPod, it's like, damn, I paid more money to be here and you didn't pay anything, and then you get $10,000 of money in your pocket to go spend on tattoos and parties.
Again, he's made more money for the university than you have at that point. So, but I got you. All right. So we covered the athletes being paid. What do y'all think about Olympic athletes being paid? Because they're not paid either.
Yeah, no.
I think that's some bullshit.